bang. D. It be that E. E. It be that R. R. It be that S. On our chest that got us far. We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. Just wanna be that hater. We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. We be them Raiders. Give me a stack. I'ma turn it to some raps. LA didn't wanna give us a home, but LV got us on the map. That be a fact, I've bet it all on silver and black. Hard Carson and Mad Max got me in, but I've been down since the 90s. You don't want the black hole, homie, don't try me. Raiders roll deep, some say that we grind me. But we bring the revenue every time we grindin'. Third and some, and Wallace gone. Renfro caught it, and now he's spinning. Mariota on third, he's sprinting. R.I.P. Madden on Davis, and all of the Raiders fans that we lost since the beginning. It be that R, it be that A, it be that I. Our defense bang. It be that E, it be that R, it be that S on our chest that got us far. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, just win, be the hater.
Raider Nation, what's going on? Shield Squad, what's happening? Welcome to Fan Talk Friday. Welcome to Protect the Shield podcast. I'm your boy Chris, where my opinions might not always be popular, but they'll always be authentic, man. I appreciate everybody that's in the building. You guys could be anywhere, but you guys are chilling with me, man. So shout out, man. Hope everybody had a good, productive week. But we got some Raider stuff to talk about, man. Definitely. Before we get into it, as you guys know, man, always got to salute my Shield Squad, man. Everybody, Shield Squad in the building, want to salute you. Shield Squad in the building, man. Shout out to my boy James Furpo in the building, man. Got my boy Raider Ryan in the building. He said at work, wanted to pop in and say hello. Happy Friday, Nation, man. Appreciate you, Ryan. Got my boy Cool Kev in the building, man. What's happening, buddy? Got my boy Rafa in the building. What's happening? Got Jeffrey Kuntz in the building. He said, I keep hearing about Kuntz just coming on Jeopardy. Appreciate it, man. Got my boy SoCal Sal in the building, man. Appreciate you. Got my boy Rudy in the building. Got my boy My Two Cents in the building. Let's see. Who else we got, man? Let's see. Rudy said, y'all don't forget to like this video before the show officially starts. I appreciate that, Rudy, man. Always love. Let's see. J&N in the building. He said, got that same shirt. It goes hard, my guy. I appreciate it, man. Got to give love to Tupac, man. One of the, one of the GOATs, man. Shout out to him. Raider 209, salute to you, man. Appreciate you coming through. Got Raider Nation exit 7A, New Jersey Turnpike, man. Appreciate it. Raider 609 from Jersey, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. So I appreciate all the love everybody got in the chat, man. The Shield Squad, always love the support you guys give, man. But today, I'm happy, man. I got for those that's been part of the YouTube Raider circuit for a while, man, I got one of the OGs in the building, man, a guy that so passionate about this Raider stuff, man, is one of my guys, a dude that I just started watching randomly, and I just saw he was just yelling at the computer, man, but the dude was so passionate, I could see it in his face. This dude bleeds silver and black. Had a show with him before. Had a couple shows with him, man, and a lot of people enjoyed that. I was on his show as well, man. But just somebody that I truly respect in this game, man. One of the originators. Got my boy Hardcore Raider in the building. Mike, what's happening, man?
What's up, man? Cheers, bro.
Cheers to you, man. What's happening? How you feeling, man?
Good, bro. I'm just been grinding, working a lot, but glad to be here. Hold on, I got a little echo. Hold on a second. Sorry.
It's all good, man.
But yeah, dude, just working a lot. Been, just trying to keep a little like chill off season here.
Yeah.
No drama, nothing like that. So yeah, I get fired up. But this off season, I'm gonna be pretty chill. We don't have Josh McDaniels here, so I'm happy.
Yeah, you say that now, but honestly, there's a lot. There's really nothing to get like super pissed off about. I know. I mean, so many people were just like, either super passionate about the whole Derek Carr thing, and then a lot of people were super passionate about Josh McDaniels either way. So at least for the most part, everybody's kind of like, let's just sit back and wait and see. Let the coaches do what they do. Let the players do what they do, and let's see how it works out, man. So that's kind of the approach that I'm taking. I trust our coach. I trust his advisors, especially like Marvin Lewis and some of those guys. So I'm ready just to kind of see what happens, man.
Yeah, I just been working hard. I've been doing some shows on my hardcore card collecting. I do the card thing over there. A lot of Raider cards. I'll get some other stuff too, but I got these bad boys in the other day. These are
Oh, what is that?
it's a hardcore card collecting. That's my logo, but this holds the card.
Oh,
Like a
sweet.
stand. So when I'm doing the shows, I can pop those out. So I've been waiting a while to get hooked up with those. So but yeah, I'll be doing a show over there on my hardcore card collecting channel after this, and open up some cool Raider stuff.
Oh, that's fire. I gotta connect you with my boy Rudy. He's actually part of the Shield Squad, but him and his dad and his family, they do a lot of the cards and stuff. And I actually bought a few from them. They have auctions and stuff. And in fact, the crazy thing is you kind of got me back into the cards, believe it or not. Because you sit because I used to collect them back in the day. And then I was watching your show and I won a couple things and you sent them to me. I'm like, man, this shit takes me back, man. So this was some good shit. So
yeah, it's like I don't know if it's a midlife crisis thing or if it's
it might be
that thing. I don't know, bro, but
yeah,
it makes you feel a little bit young again. But I want to say
does.
the chat, everybody out there, man. I know there's a lot of people in here. Miss anybody, but every time. But everybody, guys do much better, bro.
For sure, man. But yeah, I see some more people in the building, man. Got my boy Leo in the building, part of Shield Squad. Got John in the building. So I got a lot of my dogs in the building, man. I appreciate it, man. Let's see. I think the Right Network, appreciate it. First live stream salute, man. Thank you, man. So, but yeah, let's get to it, man. So, there's a lot to talk about. And honestly, with this time of year, a lot of us, we kind of just recycle the same stuff. But, especially with you, you kind of are like me. We kind of think out of the box sometime. We're definitely not sheep. We don't mind, marching to our own drum. If we're the only one with a certain take, we'll, so be it. But, I haven't had a chance to talk to you in a while. But, just overall where the Raiders are right now. Because I'm not sure, where you stood as far as who would you want to be the coach? I don't know if you were like a Harbaugh guy. I don't know, if you were as far as the draft goes, if you were, let's give up the farm and trade up or trade back or whatever. But let's kind of start with this whole offseason holistically. How do you think we've done as a team? And then we'll kind of talk about what are your expectations going into next year.
So I wouldn't say I was a Harbaugh guy. I mean, if we would have got him, I probably wouldn't have been upset, but I was definitely wanting Antonio Pierce to be our coach. So that was kind of, key number one. And then everything after that was just guys that, want to be Raiders and that fit, our philosophy. I've always, even before Antonio Pierce, I've always been big on, are they going to fit? Are they a Raider? You know what I mean? Because we've had guys, Randy Moss, you can go back, long time.
Yeah.
Guys that just, we would sign them like, that ain't a Raider, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought they did a good job with that, especially Christian Wilkinson. I wasn't as far as free agency, I wasn't upset that we didn't give up a lot of money to go get guys because I think we have good players and we need to re-sign a lot of the guys, and we'll probably talk about that later. But so for free agency, I wasn't upset that we didn't go out and spin the farm kind of thing. When it came to the draft, I did want Jaden Daniels. I would have given up a lot to get him.
You say you would have?
Yeah, I would have.
Your guy?
Yeah, I mean, that was option one for me. Option two was kind of hold tight and see what falls to you. I didn't see us getting a tight end. I was a little upset at first because I didn't like my live draft video. But then I slept on it and I was like, you know what? It's going to help us in the red zone. That was kind of the key takeaway from the first pick in the draft. I was kind of surprised we didn't draft anybody as far as the quarterback realm. And I'm talking like 5th, 6th round.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking maybe Joe Mixon for a later round pick. And I think he went in the 5th round. And now he went to, I think, the Patriots or something. But not saying he would have been a stud. I just would have liked to maybe acquire another quarterback, that maybe can develop or something like that. So, but all in all, the draft, I thought we got some good players, some guys that got potential to be Raiders. I definitely like JPJ. I definitely wanted to go offensive line. We needed a lot of help at offensive line. So that was, 1 second and 3rd round hit. I thought we did pretty good. Definitely in the 2nd round. 3rd round, we'll see with, forget his name, the tackle we got. But
Glaze.
Yeah, Glaze. And then, after that, I think there's potential with some guys. But, I'm just kind of I think we had a like an okay draft. I wouldn't say it was like great, but it wasn't terrible. Like at least it wasn't like Cleveland Farrell picked number 4 overall, and we're all sitting here being like, what the hell? So that made me happy. I thought they made some smart decisions.
Yeah, no, I agree. To a lot of it, like most people know I was all in on AP. Didn't want Harbaugh at all. Especially the weird thing with me being a Michigan fan. I appreciate him getting that championship to us, but just the way he did it, I just don't think he would be built for the Raiders. As far as the draft goes, I did not want Jaden. And actually, let me ask you this. So, 'cause I know you're big on, you want guys that like look like Raiders, feel like Raiders. Was your main appeal to Jaden his play on the field, or was it like his connection with AP?
I think it was a combination of things. I think
Okay.
like of all the quarterbacks, I feel like he might actually have the most upside. I think Caleb Williams has the most talent as far as quarterbacks. I don't know that Caleb Williams is going to apply himself. Like Caleb Williams just came out and was talking about how he wants to surpass Tom Brady in Super Bowl rings. And this guy ain't even played one down, and he's already like, why don't you try to win one Super Bowl first, buddy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before you're trying to because you got to get 8 to get to Tom Brady, because Tom Brady's got 7, so you want to surpass him. That's a tall, and I'm glad he's ambitious, but and then Tom Brady got asked about it, and he's like, he was professional about it. Brady was pretty good about it, but Brady had said something that what interests him, meaning Tom Brady, is the work that these guys are going to put in. And that was his professional way to say a lot of these guys talk and they don't put in the work. You know what I mean? True. So the point is Caleb Williams, he's got the talent, but will he put in the work, right? And a lot of people joke around when he was crying to his mom and all that, but
didn't look like a Raider to me.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll say he definitely didn't look like a Raider to me. Like he could ball, but yeah, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you about another quarterback that
Drake May, I think Drake May is going to be a good quarterback, but I wasn't a fan of him. So I did like Jaden Daniels. Drake May was I don't think he'd fit being a Raider. But then after that, it was Penix Jr. I did not see Penix Jr. going 6 overall.
Yeah.
So that was probably the biggest curveball to me. I'm not convinced that the Broncos may not pull the trigger on him, or someone else maybe traded up. But I think once Penix Jr. fell, that changed a lot of things in the draft. So for me, I wouldn't have traded up for Penix Jr. because of his injury concerns. But I definitely, if he would have fell to us where 13. We picked, then I would have pulled the trigger on Penix Jr.
For sure. Yeah, I wanted Penix. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would have traded up for him. But for me, when we got Brock Bowers, I didn't understand it at first, but the thing is, you can't pass up a talent like that. At the end of the day, you just can't. I think he's going to be a straight dog. But when we got JPJ in the second round, I was stoked. Like I was all over that, because I was telling people in the first round, if we would have traded back, I would have took him then. So now he's a Raider. You talking about a guy that's nasty, the guy that's has that edge to him. That's my guy. So he's so I was good there. And then some of the picks in the later rounds, there's some guys with some upside. They just have to continue to develop. But overall, I'm cool with the draft. So I'm good there. But what are actually, before we go there, your buddy, your boy, Hendon Hooker. Now, if Hendon Hooker comes out and balls out this preseason, you want to make a call?
I mean, I think the Raiders should have drafted him 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I know, that's
year before last or whatever.
But I'm just saying right now, though, are you okay going into training camp in week 1 with our current quarterbacks? Or if a boy like Hendon balls out in preseason, because they're going to be shopping him, would you want them to make a call and see what's going on?
I mean, if he balls out in preseason, just remember yesterday's price is not today's price. You know what I'm saying?
Not today's price, that's for sure.
So his stock going to go up. So, if you may have been able to get him for, say, a 3rd or 4th round pick, you might as well bump that to a 2nd to 3rd. I'm not saying a 1st, but it's possible if he balls out enough, it might bump him up to where they'll be looking for a 2nd round pick.
Right.
If we could trade a 3rd straight up, I would do that. I know other people would think that's maybe a little much. I might venture in the 2nd realm. But to have a guy like that under a rookie contract deal, making less than $1 million a year or something like that, dude. I mean, I know we're going to get the quarterbacks and some of these guys and their contracts that are pretty crazy versus the actual talent they have. But even as a backup plan, dude, you know what I mean? I'm not saying he has to be the starter right away, but I mean, I would at least kick the tires on it, right? If it's not, say, before preseason or after preseason or during the season, definitely as the season's ending. But just remember, if he balls out and then we get towards the end of the season, other teams are going to be possibly looking at that prospect too. I mean, let's not forget, Hendon Hooker beat Alabama. He beat Will Levis. He beat Anthony Richardson, dude. He beat all those teams, and he was the running for a Heisman Trophy. So a lot of people slept on him, forgot about him because of the injury. But if he's healthy and he does good, then his stock's going to get raised for sure. But I would at least like to kick the tires. But at the same time, I want to see what Aiden O'Connell has.
Yeah. So do you have a preference between the two, Aiden and Gardner?
I mean, it kind of fires me up that I just feel like we fucked up. I feel like the guy should have been Hendon Hooker 2 years ago to backtrack. You know what I mean? Now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but
a little tougher. Who would I rather have if I had the choice? Yeah, I'd rather have Hendon Hooker, dude.
I'm talking about just our current situation. So with AOC and Gardner,
so right now I'm gonna try my best to leave my emotions out of it and whatever. I know they're learning a new offensive system, but where we're at right now, I just want to see what we have. You know what I mean? I want O'Connell to get the chance because I want to see what this guy's got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd roll with O'Connell and let's see how this thing rides out this year.
Yeah, from a straight just business and financial standpoint, I would love for O'Connell to come out guns blazing and win the job. With me, just from what I know of football and just my pure evaluation, man, I really think Gardner's going to win the job. But I would love for O'Connell to do it because that would put us in a good position financially, have us, be able to have our starting quarterback for, fourth round quarterback money. That's huge. So, but I don't know, man. I truly think Gardner's going to win it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, if we get Hendon for a third or fourth round right now, I would do it and then let them all battle it out or something. But
yeah, best man win. So I love hearing your just kind of what you think from an offseason standpoint. So I'm not sure if you had a chance to hear what good old ESPN, kind of like what they were saying about us. So they graded our offseason a D, which. They're trash anyway. But I'm not sure if you had a chance to see what he said. So one of the guys said the biggest failure was not trading Devontae Adams, which is almost unexcusable in the Raiders' current state. The 31-year-old wide receiver has one cheap year left on his contract. It's 17.5 for a trading team, and Las Vegas needed to cash in for draft capital now. Instead, it is running out the clock on the depreciating asset. Likewise, the Raiders ought to have traded down and acquired some future assets that could have been used or to support a future quarterback. Elsewhere, the Raiders spent a ton of money on tackle Christian Wilkins, which I criticized at the time as an overpay. He helps their defense, but I don't know if he's worth the price paid. So what is your thought on that? How do you feel? Do you feel that they're just being how they always are, just hating on us, or is there some merit to what he's saying?
So wasn't that the same article where they were asking or saying something about Malcolm Kuntz and Maxx Crosby, but if Malcolm Kuntz gets hurt, then who's going to be the backup and how we should sign Unique Ngakoue? Was that the same article or was that different?
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Yeah, so that guy's a complete fucking idiot, bro. He doesn't even know that we drafted Tyree Wilson last year. And I know Tyree hasn't worked out, but he was also injured, dude. We don't know what we have in Tyree Wilson, dude.
Right.
How's somebody going to write a fucking article and they don't even know who we drafted last year? 7th overall, right?
Right, yeah.
So, I don't know, bro. Some of that's where this offseason I've just been trying to be chill, dude. I know there's a lot of haters and dumb fucks out there, bro, but I just look at it. I'm like, it's just another clown, bro, straight up. So I've been trying to rid myself of the jackasses and the clowns, and I'm just even
it's hard. It's
Yeah, it is
hard, man.
Right. That's why I ain't done no videos.
Yeah, it's hard, but
I'm staying positive this offseason, bro. So, dude, honestly, dude, I'll be honest, I don't care what the fucking dude has to say. He lost credibility, not even knowing our draft. So the article, anything you read in it, whether it's propaganda or however you want to look at it, dude, try to take the wind out of ourselves. I mean, these guys are fucking morons, man. You know, and it has to do with sports betting, and some of these, like maybe the sports bettors and the casinos are paying the fucking the writers to put out certain articles with agendas. I don't know, bro, but I mean, it never tells how dumb like these fucking people are. So like, I look at it, I'm like, if I read that article, all of it, I am literally going to get more dumb from reading the article than just, like staying out of it. You know, I know what it says, but like, I'm just being real with you. You know what I mean? So some of that, like, I wouldn't even put much merit in anything that fucking dude has to say. I mean, I could break it down for you if you want. You get rid of Devontae Adams. I mean, why? You know, because we have a rookie quarterback that we're unsure about, and we don't know if we're going to go to the playoffs or not. Dude, we should be in a win now mode, man. If you look at our roster,
you got to be in a win mode,
dude. Christian Wilkinson's a super stud, dude. That's going to help the back end of the fucking defense and all the cornerbacks and stuff, bro. So like, we needed interior defensive line, you know. So whatever take that dude had or takes, like, and opinions, it's really like I can't say anything without just calling him a complete fucking moron, dude. And I'm sorry to do that on your show. But
no, you're good. No,
it never fails, man. But
no, I think the same way, man. And it's the media and also just like social media as a whole, man. Like I literally had to take a step back anyway, because I'm just like, some of these people's takes are just so ridiculous, man. So.
Dude, it's like they don't even watch football. I'm like,
right. I
had a kid the other day. I was like, not to go on to cards, but it was related to cards. And this dude said the most outlandish shit about Michael Jordan, how Michael Jordan's not the GOAT, which, you know, I know other people argue with, like, you know, maybe Kobe or LeBron, and that part's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
But to say that Michael Jordan didn't change the game and like he starts like just running his mouth, I'm like, dude,
you can't even take that serious.
Even
like,
born when Michael Jordan won his last championship in what was that, 1998? So the dude literally never saw Michael Jordan play one game, let alone win a championship. And he's running his mouth about Michael Jordan, and he doesn't know anything about Michael Jordan except the Michael Jordan basketball shoes. Yeah, but that's the society we live in, dude. Sorry to go off, but I'm just telling you, bro. Like, that's how people are. They'll have an opinion, and they have no idea.
No idea.
They're imbeciles, man. At least if you're gonna break it down and make that comment, at least have like some research and of the history,
some kind of data.
Like, you can tell when people don't do their research and it's just clickbait or whatever to get people's emotions going. And that's like that ESPN guy. That's why I give him no credibility, dude. Toss that shit in the trash and he can go right behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Talk your talk. Yeah, my thing is so much of the Devontae trade talk that just drives me nuts. Like, for one, you know, it's the fans saying, oh, he doesn't want to be a Raider, this and that, just because he shows some emotion. To me, that's some bullshit. He's always said he wanted to be here. He's never wavered from that. Of course, people get frustrated. High energy, top talent are going to get frustrated when you're around dysfunction. That's just how it is. He has a high, he has high standards, and he expects that from other people. He puts the work in. He's allowed to have that. And then for someone else to say to trade him from a money standpoint, it's like, the dude wants to be here. If we make the right moves and really show that we're ready to take that next move, he's going to restructure that contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to be making 42 or whatever he's supposed to be getting next year.
Did the article even mention the dead cap we take from trading Devontae Adams? It probably didn't, did it?
I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't read all of it. I just took the damn quote because I knew it was stupid.
I'd put money on it. They didn't even mention the dead cap we would
probably
hit.
Didn't. Probably didn't.
Insane, dude. It's probably like 40 or 50 mil, or I don't know. Like, it's probably above 20 mil. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have to look it up. So like, I don't want to speak out of my ass unless like I've done the research.
No, but I mean,
like, if you do the research and you point it out to people, and this is the problem, dude. Like, with a lot of this, that everything in sports media, bro, is all speculation. It's not even good sports coverage anymore. That's why I like doing stuff with you. And there's a few other ones, dude, some of my other homies and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just clickbait. It's all speculation, dude.
It is.
And I know people like some of that, and there's certain guys, dude, I don't want to say their names. I probably should, but That's not good sports coverage, dude. It's not.
No, it's
dude.
not.
Where the whole sports media has like literally turned all speculation. It's turned into trash, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's not. I mean, for one, people are just lazy. They don't want to. They don't want to do the research. Like I know people who literally get their news, like sports news, from TikTok. If it's not on TikTok, they don't know what's going on. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, read something. Read an article. Like really take some time to vet what you're reading or vet who's talking. It just drives me crazy. The kind of the society we're in. We're like that cookie cutter microwave society, which is just it just drives me crazy. It drives me.
Well, and this is why to be honest with you, when I do my shows or we do shows together, I try my best. I'm not saying I always do it. I've done clickbait shit, but like I try my best to pick a topic that nobody's thinking about, right?
Yeah.
Or that mainstream ain't talking about or something. Just something that's different. And let's look at all sides of the coin. Like, yeah, I have a strong opinion, but let's look at the good, bad, the ugly, and let's see where the truth is. And
Exactly.
let's dissect it,
Exactly. And that's what it's about. Because even like my take, because I probably the thing that most people know me by, or at least right now, like I'm a guy who's going strong for Ja'Cory Bennett, and I'm like on that hill by myself, and I'm okay with it. But the thing is, like, when people want to like bash me or whatever, or debate me or whatever, it's like they don't really have no real, no real data behind it. You know what I'm saying? And I just hate stuff like that. Or even when I would debate them about the whole Josh Jacobs thing, like. We are going to have our takes, but it's like, come on, man. At least act like you watched the game. At least act like you have your own opinion. You just didn't listen to the next guy and just stole what he had to say. I don't know. It just gets old. But enough about that trash. So I know one thing that we kind of talked about earlier, and you actually, had a great idea just about, one of the topics. But one thing I kind of want to discuss is Maxx Crosby and kind of like his, like what he brings to the table. And of course he dominates every year, but we as Raider fans, we want to see him take it to the next level and get the defensive player of the year. I kind of wanted to break down with you, what is it going to take for Maxx to be able to get that defensive player of the year? Like, what do you think has to happen? So, one of the things I kind of pulled up, like I wanted to take a look at, I don't know why it came out like that, but the previous defensive ends and outside linebackers, defensive players of the year, I went back 10 years and just wanted to take a look at what each of their numbers were compared to where Crosby was last year. So just kind of starting at the top, Myles Garrett, 14 sacks, 42 tackles, 30 quarterback hits, 17 tackles for loss, 4 forced fumbles. That was a strong year just across the board. But like Nick Bosa that year before, he went insane with 18.5 sacks, 48 quarterback hits, 19 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles. TJ Watt went nuts. I think that was in 21. 22.5 sacks, 64 tackles, 39 quarterback hits, 21 tackles for loss, 5 forced fumbles. Then just look at what Mac did, and then those 2 years from JJ Watt, those were insane with the 17.5 sacks and then the 20.5 sacks of the year before. So just kind of averaged it out of all those years. It looks like the average was about 17 sacks, 64 tackles, 1 quarterback hits, 22 tackles for loss, and 4 forced fumbles. So just kind of looking at that and then comparing it to what Crosby did last year, 14.5 sacks. His tackle number is just killing everybody who's ever won it with 90. 31 quarterback hits, 23 tackles for loss, and 2 forced fumbles. So like when you just take a quick look at that, what are your thoughts? Like what do you think Crosby needs to do next year to really solidify himself as, being able to get that defensive player of the year? Because I can't lie, a lot of people were pissed off that he didn't get it this last year, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, Garrett did have a good year, but I mean, Max's numbers are right there. I mean, if not better, they're right there. So what's your thoughts?
Well, my first thought is your graphics pretty fucking badass, and I want you to show me how to do that. The graphic up there, I like that. Good job, man, on that. But then real quick, I want to say salute to some people in the chat: SoCal, Pizzle, Super Omicron, Al's Ghost. I know I missed a few, but anybody?
Oh
else
yeah, got Jack Kenna in there. You got all kinds. Yeah, I saw Critique in there. I got a lot of my dogs in there, man.
Oh, there he is.
Everybody in there.
Critique. What up, big dog?
Yeah, appreciate everybody, man.
Hell yeah. But the first thing that always stands out to me with Maxx is the 90 tackles. How much higher his like tackle rate is, especially as like a defensive end and not like a linebacker.
Yeah.
How much more tackles he has than these other guys. I know this stat isn't in there, but also the percentage of downs he plays versus these other guys.
Oh yeah.
The one caveat I would say, so like before you showed me this, for him to win Defensive Player of the Year, I was thinking he has to probably get at least 18 sacks this year. And unfortunately, the bad part about to be like a Defensive Player of the Year is your team has to do well.
Yeah, you got to be on
this way, but the way the NFL works, your team has to. Excuse me, guys. Your team has to do well for that guy, like someone on your team, to get a Defensive Player of the Year option, or like Offensive Player of the Year or something like that. So Raiders really have to go to the playoffs and maybe even win one playoff game for him to even be in consideration. Even if he's leading the NFL in sacks or something, if the Raiders don't have a good season, it's almost impossible, I feel like, for him to get Defensive Player of the Year. So it's almost a double-edged sword. Like Maxx can do everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's badass that our defensive end we drafted in the 4th round that John Gruden gets no credit for, right? Him and Mayock. But that defensive end that replaced Khalil Mack, it's crazy that now he is the face of the franchise.
That's
what I mean? That's pretty nuts.
That's crazy.
So, but with Christian Wilkinson there, that should definitely help. Maybe, honestly, maybe it takes away some of the sacks, or maybe adds to. It's going to be hard to kind of say, but it's definitely going to help the overall defense. You know what I mean? If Maxx ain't eating and Christian Wilkins is eating, then you know what? That's good too. You know what I mean? So if the stats aren't there, but we're producing, we're winning ball games, then you know what? I'm all about that too. But for him to win, I would say at least 18 sacks, and Raiders have to go to the playoffs and possibly even win one playoff game. Yeah,
no, that's true. I think. The thing is, Maxx, with these numbers, I think he played like, I forgot how many more downs. I should have pulled it up, but he played a lot more downs than everyone else, which is awesome for us because you want your guy to be out there. You want him to, playing. But it's like, man, it's like Garrett did this amount in like, I don't even know how many, let's just say 100 less snaps. So when they take that into account, it's like, okay, I get what they're saying. But I feel what you're saying. It's all about, like, for a long time, the Browns had the best defense last year. They were like the number 1 or number 2 defense, so they really stepped it up. But yeah, without us winning games and getting to the playoffs, it's going to be hard for him to get it. That's just all there is to it. But the impact that Maxx has on this team, though, is right up there with them. I mean, Maxx is a heartbeat of this team, and we get someone like Christian Wilkins who can match his energy. If Maxx doesn't get more stats, I'll tell you what, Malcolm Kuntz definitely will. I think Malcolm Kuntz is going to act up this year, especially on a contract year. So, but yeah. I just want to put these numbers out, man, just so people can see. I thought it was a pretty good way to look at it, just kind of what some of his peers did to win it. So, I think if Maxx can go ahead and get that sack total up, because he's always almost there. If he can get home a few more times, I think he'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I like it. Good job on that.
Yeah, for sure. Also, speaking on the defense, going into training camp, there's a lot of questions, kind of who's gonna be starting. I mean, I'm feeling great about this defense. But here go a look at just the projected defensive depth chart heading into the camp. Wanted to kind of get your thoughts on it. If there's anyone that you would switch out, if there's anybody that you think that, will be a surprise cut, if there's a position where you think will bring in like a veteran, So I think it's pretty clear that, Christian Wilkins will be, starting in the middle next to John Jenkins. Honestly, I've always been a fan of John Jenkins. I just think he never had no one next to him to kind of help him last year. Then we know Maxx and Malcolm on the edge. Got Spillane, got Diablo. We know Jack Jones solidified. I think that cornerback too, that's where, the big question mark is for a lot of people. Some people think Brandon Faison might slide in there, so it could be either or. We know Nate Hobbs is going to be in the slot, and then Epps and Morick at the safeties. So going into camp, are you okay with the starting lineup? And also, how do you feel about the depth that we have? Would you like to see any major moves happen?
Honestly, I think it looks pretty damn good, man. I mean, I'll kind of roll with you on the Jacorian Bennett. I know it kind of struggled a little bit last year, but I think that kid has potential, man. So, I think we just got to get him some more playing time. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think I'd mess with it at all, bro. I mean, I know some people want a cornerback, but I think we need to save that money, man, for re-signing some of our guys, bro.
Man, that is like I said, I would like to see how Jacorian does in camp and in a few of them preseason games, but and also like the joint practices, because they'll I'm looking at those one-on-one matchups very closely if I'm the coach. But if we can get away with keeping Jacorian and not bringing in another guy, like you said, we have a lot of free agents that we got to look at. We got the Malcolm Kuntz, we got the Spillanes, we got is Diablo a free agent?
Yep.
Yeah, Diablo, Epps and Morick, Hobbs. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's definitely something to look at. But are you? How do you feel about the depth of the defense? Let me ask you that.
Let's go through position. Adam Butler, yeah, I guess that's not too bad. Byron Young, third round pick. We don't know what we got in him. Edge rusher, Robinson. I'd say to be determined. That might be one. Someone said something in the chat about Ngakwe or whatever. For the right price, I would consider bringing him back. I did like him a lot. I was upset when we moved on from him, and then we got
the corner. No,
we got what?
Well, no, yeah, because we traded him away for that corner. I forgot his name.
Right, but then we brought in the hell's his name?
Chandler.
Yeah, I tried to forget his
Jones.
name. Fucking dude is.
I can't believe we didn't get no damn money back from that. Yeah.
Huh?
No, I can't believe we didn't get no money back from Chandler.
That was a terrible idea. We should have just kept Ngakwe, but
right.
Anyway, so that one might be intriguing. Depth player. He's mainly just a pass rusher, but I'd like to see maybe an option there, depending on what he wants. Masterson, I do kind of like Luke. Amari Burney.
Wait, so what's your thoughts on Tyree? Do you want to keep him inside, or do you want him to get more snaps at edge?
I think him kind of working inside will get his hands better. You know what I mean? But I think he's got potential to still be an edge rusher. But I do like Malcolm Kuntz. He came on the scene, dude, started doing really good.
That's my guy. Yeah,
so
that's my guy.
Maybe being able to rotate in between those two. Maybe more like interior defensive line, but then possibly sometimes as an edge rusher too might be good.
Yeah,
or certain like packages, stuff like that, rotational stuff. But I think Tyree Wilson has a lot of upside, man. I know a lot of people were upset when we drafted him. I know he was hurt. He didn't do very good last year. End of the year, he started kind of picking it up. But I think Tyree Wilson's going to be a good player, bro.
I hope. I really hope, man. I want all these guys to do well, but I just have to get certain plays out of and I always laugh at my buddy Raider Rundown because he can't stand Divine Diablo because he keeps remembering this one play when we played the Colts. I forgot that receiver. What's their big ass receiver's name?
Who? Sorry, I saw Watts Raider in the chat. And what's up, Watts Raider, dude? Hopefully you're doing good, big dog.
Yeah, Watts Raider in the building, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody that's in the building. Unfazed, everybody, man. Thank you, guys. But yeah, no, it was this play. Somebody Pittman. Yeah, Michael Pittman. Shout out to Turf, man. Appreciate you, Turf, coming through, my guy. But yeah, there was one play that Michael Pittman just like blocked Diablo downfield like 20 yards, and Diablo could do nothing with them. And he keeps bringing it, and I'm like, dude, give it up, man. Like, that was one play. But I still think about these plays where like Tyree Wilson was so slow off the line. I just can't get that out of my head, man. So I'm hoping that this year, when I see him more, he makes some explosive plays, and I can get that out of my mind. But
well, supposedly he was working out Maxx Crosby, so we'll see.
Yeah,
these guys get drafted and they got potential, but they got to put in that work. So we'll see what he did.
Got to put it in for sure. Yeah. So what's okay? So that's the linebackers. So how you feeling about corners? It's a lot of youth out there, man.
Yeah. Face on, I don't know, man. That guy at times really pissed me off, I feel like. You know what I'm saying?
What, just staying injured?
Well, just the few times he'd come in, dude, getting burned and stuff, man. So I don't know. There's other times where I felt like he did good, but I'm not sure with him as like whether if we needed 3 cornerback, under certain sets or something like that, if he'd be a good fit. But
he was good under Gus Bradley's cover 3. But yeah, I just don't know, how much range he has.
Yeah, scheme has a lot to do with it, but
right.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sold on him. I think he's under he'll be a free agent this year too, so he may not even be here. And
I like Sam Webb personally.
Everybody else after face on, Sam Webb, yeah. But besides Sam Webb, I don't know about any of those guys. They all look like names or guys that have prove something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Devin Shire, yeah, so he's a rookie. DeCamerion Richardson, he has length. He side. I just think again, he just has to develop. DeMarcus Governor, I actually like him. I watched his film. He goes by Woo Governor. I'm pushing for that kid, man. I would like to see him make the squad. Even just get, play some special teams or whatever. But I do like him. But I'm not too familiar with Rashad Williams or Jaquan Shepard or Cornell Armstrong too much. So those are some guys I have to keep an eye on. But I will say that at least from a name standpoint, our corners don't look like they have enough. So, hopefully they can get coached up. But yeah, we'll see. If we do need a vet in there, it would be at cornerback, to be quite honest. Because
no, you're right. If we were to add somebody, I'd say either O-line or cornerback. But even O-line, I'm kind of maybe sit and wait. But if we were to add anybody to the team, I'd say cornerback would probably be the first position I'd look at.
For sure. What's your thoughts on the safeties?
Curious on Christopher Smith. I kind of liked Isaiah Palomalo. I can't pronounce his damn last name, but anyway, so I liked him. I think Isaiah is going to be a free agent after this year, so I don't know what we're going to do about that, but I think he has potential. I hope we keep Epps and Morig after this year, but if we were to move on from them, maybe Isaiah Palomalo is someone to consider. And then all these other guys are Christopher Smith, I know he drafted last year. He was Georgia, smaller safety, but fast, I think. Had a lot of interceptions.
It's got Trey Taylor, man.
Oh, is that the dude from Air Force?
Yeah, he can play. He can play.
So my wife's dad's a big Air Force fan, and he was pretty upset we got him. I guess he wanted his Broncos to get him. So
yeah, he can play.
But yeah, he's supposed to be pretty good. So that one would be interesting. But after that, I'm not sure. I think we're probably pretty good at safety. I mean, the one that really stands out here, not for depth, but Nate Hobbs, man. I think Nate Hobbs is gonna have a big year, dude. Yeah. I called it a few weeks ago. My claim is that Nate Hobbs is gonna have 6 interceptions, bro. Ooh. I think with this defensive line and gonna be rushing, just giving these quarterbacks hell. There's going to be some guys getting interceptions, and I think Nate Hobbs might be one of the, tip balls, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I know 6 interceptions might be a little ambitious, but I'd love to see it, and I think he's got potential, especially he's in a contract. Nate Hobbs is going to pull out, bro. That's probably my standout player on the defense. I think it's going to have a crazy, amazing year.
I mean, even Jack, because honestly, I think Jack Jones is going to be the one as long as he stays focused and continue to be in film and stuff like that, because he actually has that type of game where he jumps a lot of routes. I mean, there'll be times that he's going to piss us off because he'll get beat on a double move, but that's just how it is. But Woodson used to do that too. He would jump those routes. But
Jack who?
You say what?
Jack who?
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones. But yeah,
like
he's a
Mike
beast.
Jones, remember that back then? Mike Jones.
Jack Jones. Actually, I'm surprised someone doesn't make a remake of that. That's actually kind of funny. Who? Yeah. Jack Jones. Who? Jack Jones. But nah, it's no, but I really see him really taking a step up this year, and really solidifying himself as one of the best cornerback ones. But we need somebody on that back end to really step it up, to be honest. And I was talking to my guys from the Raiders Syndicate a couple of days ago. If we had to lose one of the safeties, which one would you say goodbye to?
Me, I would say goodbye to Epps. I'd keep Morig, and I'd sign Isaiah Palomao.
Yeah, I like Morik a lot. But it was interesting how much praise that like Rob Ryan was giving about Marcus Epps. I mean, he was shouting him out a lot, just being a leader. And just think, I mean, he did pretty well last year with his first year in that scheme. Epps going to be in that scheme for the second year, so that continuity, he'll get better. Jack Jones, that was his first year in that scheme, he'll get better. That DB room's going to be, our DB is going to be better than I think people think they will, personally.
I think our whole defense is. Well, I mean, I love Rob Ryan, but he was like hyping up everybody,
He was.
But I think this defense, I don't think they're getting enough love. And of course, I'm a Raiders fan, but I think we're good, dude. I really do. Like, I think we can roll with what we got right now, and I think we're good to go, man.
Yep. Now, do you think this defense is good enough to carry us to the playoffs? That's the question. That's the question.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I don't know. It kind of depends on. So, like, I was thinking about like the Ravens, of course. Their defense when they went to the Super Bowl. With Trent Dilfer and like a super studded defense. And also, if you look at the Eagles, the year they went to the Super Bowl and the Philly special with Nick Foles, they started that season with what the hell's his name? I'm drawing a blank. The quarterback that got hurt that they drafted before they put in Nick Foles.
Are you talking about the Eagles?
The Eagles
and shit, I don't know. The chat.
Someone will put in there. But anyway, so going into the season, I guess they did have a better quarterback than our quarterback situation. But I kind of like the Eagles comparison because they were underdogs, the whole time. And they're like me against the world. And I think they had like dog masks or whatever, that playoffs. And they rode that me against the world mentality all the way through. That motivated them all the way through the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they weren't looked at as a Super Bowl team when the season began. I'm not saying we're necessarily going to the Super Bowl, but if I was to compare the Raiders with like another team,
Carson Wentz, that's what they talking about. Carson Wentz.
Yeah. So, I almost feel like we compare almost better with the Eagles than like the Ravens back then. But so can the defense carry you to the playoffs? Yeah, absolutely, man. We've hyped up this offensive league so much, right? And I know from the play calling to the officiating on the field is definitely favoring offenses. But look at the average of points scored last year. What was it, like 20 or 21 throughout the NFL? It was such a crazy low number.
Yeah, it was
versus other years. And yeah, there was a lot of quarterbacks injured last year. I think it was like the most quarterbacks that had ever been rotated throughout a season or whatever. But to say that defenses can't win championships, I don't think that's accurate. I'm not saying maybe that's ideal, but look at the Chiefs, man. They had Patrick Mahomes, but what really made the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl? It was their defense, bro.
The defense stepped it up. I mean? That's a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
look at the Niners, dude. Same thing. They had a pretty damn good defense, you know. So I absolutely think this defense can carry us to the playoffs with a caveat, maybe a little bit in there about the quarterback play. But yeah, I think it's possible for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the thing is, and I always keep telling people, like, I don't want us to get too like overly hyped about like how the year ended for our defense, because we did play a lot of backup quarterbacks. So you know, I really want, you know, we played very well against Mahomes though, so that's why I think week 1 is going to be so key for me. Like if we can beat the shit out of Justin Herbert and the Chargers, I think we're going to be able to ride some momentum into week 2 against Lamar and them. Because that Ravens game is going to be tough. That's going to be a true test for our defense. Like that defensive line's got to get after it. But if we could somehow come away and win that game, then I think that defense is going to play off confidence all season. You know, because they're already like maniacs running around. Patrick Graham has these guys believing in each other, so I'm hyped about that D for sure.
Yeah, we got to come out of the gate swinging, man. Like we can't go 0-2. Like you got to build that confidence, I think. But you know what? Like if you look at like this offseason, I don't know the exact numbers, but I think like if you evaluate like how many guys stuck around the Raiders facility to work out, it was probably averaged around 30 plus players. That's pretty nuts, bro. Like I don't even know if any NFL team averages over say 20 players in the offseason sticking around.
Voluntary? No.
Yeah, the facility for the most part. So that's pretty nuts, man. Like we got some hungry dudes, man. And I'm telling you, like that's what gets me excited, because when you see guys that are bought in and they're putting in the work when nobody's looking, you'll see results on game day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And honestly, that's people don't realize like the whole Maxx, man, that Maxx effect is that like his teammate, his peers don't want to let him down because they know Maxx is a leader of this team and he works his ass off. He works harder than everyone. And now you got Christian Wilkins doing the same thing, and now you got Malcolm Kuntz being a leader, and they're working with Tyree. It's like everybody is just, you know, they're not like that standard is just risen, man. And just looking at the D from last year. So, you know, this is just a look at just the defensive rankings from last year. Total points, 9th. Rushing yards, 21st. Passing yards, 12th. Total yards, 15th. So, I mean, ultimately, we were kind of in the middle of the pack. But, you know, we started off very bad, you know, under Josh McDaniels' time there.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what I was going to say.
I knew you were going to say
that clown left, bro.
I knew he was gonna say that, man. But it was like once he left, man, you know, the whole team just kind of started playing. I won't say relaxed, but they didn't seem like they were walking around like they're walking on eggshells and stuff like that, man. So, but no, I mean, like, you know, these are the numbers. I think ultimately we're gonna be much better this year, man. Honestly, like I can definitely, you know, they're not gonna be running on us like that. Passing, we're gonna get after it. You know, points. I mean, I don't, man. Honestly, where do you see our defense? You know, what's your expectations for the D this year?
Where we finished last year, was it 8th overall, or the rankings? Where's our defense, or was it higher than that?
What the total points were 9th.
No, I just mean like overall defense when they do the defensive rankings.
Oh yeah. I don't know, because I don't even know what they how they judge that. Like I don't know what.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we're gonna be top 5. I mean, I think we're gonna be like 3rd best defense in the NFL. But as far as like if you break it down more, I mean, like Watson and we're saying like need to get better at the rush for sure. But with Wilkins, I mean, you know, that should definitely help out with that rush, dude. That's a big boy. You know what I mean? He's
oh my god, with a motor
middle of that D lineup, you know.
Yeah.
And then pass yards. I mean, I think our cornerbacks are gonna take a step up. So if we could be like 10th there, maybe 9th. Total yards, if we could be, I'd say 10 to 12, or no, I'll say 8 to 10 on total yards, and then total points, we'd be maybe like 6 or 7. You know, if we move up a few spots in all those categories, then
I agree.
I definitely think this defense should be like top 5.
Yeah, no, I agree. We're gonna get after it for sure. We're gonna get after it because honestly, we have the type of defense that will. I mean, because no one's really going to truly stop Mahomes, but we got the type of defense that will give him fits all day. Because one thing about him, he's good at extending plays. However, he's best when he can step up into the pocket and kind of find a little gap there. But when you got someone like Wilkins that collapses that pocket, I don't know, man. He's gonna be frustrated playing us.
Hey, all I know is the Raiders were the Grinch that stole their fucking Christmas, and Raiders whooped that ass.
Whoop that ass. I love it. But yeah, so I don't know, man. It's as far as I see it though, I was preaching the continuity, man. And what they say, I think 10 of the 11 starters are back this year. Plus we add Wilkins. There's no way we can't get better. No way.
Absolutely. Well, and like I threw a little sidebar in there earlier, but a lot of these guys were Gruden and Mayock draft picks, dude. For all the hate we've given them, I mean, I know they failed the first, second round, stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
but holy shit, man! Most of this defense is all built off of Gruden, bro. Like nobody gives him any respect, and that's crazy to me. So I'm not saying they, need a back rub or anything like that, but I mean, they actually did some stuff right, and I don't know, maybe the change in coaching helped some of these players grow to be better. So maybe these coaches are better. I don't know. But all I know is, dude, we got some dogs on this defense, man. And I'm glad because we remember we got rid of Khalil Mack. It was you guys don't have a defensive end.
Right.
You guys got a terrible defense. And for years, even before Gruden, our defense was not good. I mean, with Mack, our defense was maybe okay to mediocre.
Yeah.
But even with all of Khalil Mack's stats and sacks and stuff like that and his running for Defensive Player of the Year – back then, I mean, our overall defense wasn't that good, man.
Oh
now,
no,
I think our defense is like almost elite. Like I can't remember going into a season and being like, man, our defense is going to be top dog. I mean, I think you'd have to go back to Derek Russell era in like the early 2000s.
Yeah, by far. Salute to my boy Severe Raider in the building, man. I love the chat, man. Got a Fierce Raider in the building. He said exactly. Coach Grew gets so much disrespect from this fan base. It's a shame. I can't lie, man. I'm one of them people. I loved Gruden 1.0. His first time around, loved him.
Yeah.
But that second go around, man. It's
yeah.
It was tough. It was more. I mean, the drafting was bad in the first few rounds. But some of them free agents that they did, man.
You're right. There was some mistakes, but we've also got some stuff at least going for us now.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
I said, I'm trying to be more positive this offseason.
You are. I was about to say, man, I'm not used to this, man. Usually your face is red by now, man. Like, come on, man. I need the old, but that's what you can't hide it forever though. Hardcore, you can't hide it. Something's gonna piss you off.
I know. But that's why I'm going into it positive, and we'll see.
Appreciate it, Nada. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so I know getting ready to come up on the hour, man. But before I get out of here, man, just kind of talk to want to give you a second, just kind of tell everybody kind of what you do with your card collecting, just your just your page is or your channel just as a whole. Because again, I know you're one of the guys, one of the OGs, man, that's been there for a while. You and a lot of other guys that you started with. I know Critique's been doing it for a long time. So if you guys are on my channel and you guys are not subscribed to Hardcore Raider, man, make sure you guys subscribe to him. You talking about a dude just passionate, that's going to like yell at the damn camera and probably throw something. This is your guy, man. This dude loves the Raiders like no other, man. But yeah, just go ahead and tell him a little bit about what you got going on, man.
I appreciate you, bro. I got mad love and respect for you, so I appreciate having me on here. I got two channels. The first one's the one I've been rocking with, I don't know, 5 years or a little over 5 years. I don't always do stuff, especially in the off season on there, but that main channel is Hardcore Raider, where essentially I'll just do like Raiders talk, stuff like that. We used to have a lot of guests on, but I've kind of scaled that back. Not opposed to having guests on, but just don't always have the time to schedule everything. But so you guys are more welcome to check that out. Sometimes I'll do shows, especially if I'm like pissed off or something. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm a very emotional fan because I love this team so much, and I'm just so tired of losing. So there's been a lot of rough moments, you know what I mean? A lot of guys that helped me through the years. Speaking of OGs from Raider Critique, Watts Raider, even Raider Ben, we started out there. my homie Raider Dave. So, anyways, the point is like, definitely takes all kinds of people to make the world go round. You know what I'm saying? This offseason, I just wanted to like kind of take a break, be a lot more positive. And then, of course, I got my card collecting deal where I mainly collect Raider cards. Sometimes I'll get some other stuff, like, if I think I can make money off a card. But essentially, like all this stuff is stuff I bought that I'm going to be opening on my card collecting channel. So I'll be going live on there shortly after that. And then my card collecting channel is hardcore card collecting. I got these pretty badass. I mean, some people probably think it's stupid, but I like cards, man. Used to do when I was little and been getting back into it. But these hold your card upright like this. So I literally just got these in the mail. So I'm gonna show those off. And then yeah, man, I collect a lot of just Raider cards, So sometimes it'll be old school, sometimes newer stuff. And I just love to like kind of share whatever I buy. It's not a bragging thing. Anything I buy as far as my cards, I like to share it with, whoever wants to check it out and watch. And, I think we have a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I always like watching your stuff, man. And like I said, you were one of the first people that just randomly sent me some Raider cards, and now I'm all in it, man. Like I said, I get a lot of stuff from my boy Rudy, man, and his dad. They got an awesome card collecting channel on Facebook, like an auction, man. So like I said, I'll end up definitely getting you guys connected, since you guys really love that stuff, man. But it was my shout out to my boy Severe. He said, so I'm not the only angry Raider fan. You're not, Severe. You're not, man. I'm telling you.
I get pretty angry. I've been trying to keep my shit in check this year. It's like almost like a New Year's
like
resolution or whatever. Where I'm gonna be more positive this off season. So that's just kind of where I've been, dude.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's cool. But yes, shout out to everybody in the chat, man, and anybody that is currently, you guys subscribe to Hardcore, man. Come on over to my channel and subscribe to me too, man. We're all family, we all just want to see each other grow, for sure. And like I said, everybody that's on mine, man, make sure you check out Hardcore Raider. Check out both of his pages, I keep seeing pages, both of his channels. Dope content. Like I said, he's true, passionate. He's not gonna sugarcoat it. He's just like me. He's authentic. And like I said, and he wears his stuff on his sleeve, or he wears his emotion on his sleeve. The dude turns damn cherry red when he gets pissed off. The way he used to talk about McDaniels, man, I'm like, this dude's about to have an aneurysm, man. But I just always respected what he had going on, man. So definitely check him out. But yeah, before we get off, anything you wanted to touch on before we got off?
I just want to say, because I know there's a lot of speculation from Dak Prescott, and I don't.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, at the end of the show,
don't get me started.
Of quarterbacks, but let's just temper. I don't want to say temper expectations, because our expectations should be high. I think we have a good team, right? Let's just kind of I just want to see what this when game day happens. Yes, I'm emotional. I get fired up. But let's let this thing ride out and let's see what we got. I think we got something special, guys. I really do. And I'm not just saying that because AP and hype. But I believe in this guy. I believe in this team. I think they're bought in, and I think they're going to give us 110%. And I'm excited. I can't wait for the season to begin and to see what we got on game day. I think they've all put in work. Aiden O'Connell. I think the guy that was like his trainer in the offseason was the guy that one of the guys that worked with Tom Brady. Not saying to be a Tom Brady, but the trainer was the trainer of like Tom Brady or helped with Tom Brady. So these guys have put in the work. They put in the time. And hopefully we see the results on Sunday. Because anybody that's been a Raider fan, as long as like we have, you know what I mean? We've all been waiting a long time. But our time's coming, dude. I'm telling you, our time's coming. I can feel it. And so that's why I stay optimistic, man. And I love you. Protect the Shield. Thanks for bringing me on, Chris, dude. And make sure anybody on my channel, make sure you go subscribe to him over at Protect the Shield. And, we'll keep this thing rolling. We'll do another show, I'm sure, together here at some point. But thanks for having me on, bro. Appreciate it a lot.
Man, always, man. Definitely. It's always good having you on. Everybody, Shield Squad, man, I appreciate you guys, man. If you guys like what I do, make sure you guys continue. Just hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. If you really like what I do a super chat. Share the stuff. That's really what it's about, man. I just want to get, my channel out, just get my voice out. That's really all I ask for, man. work hard for you guys and try to get you guys good content. Because most people that know me, a Friday night, there's a lot of other things I could be doing, man. But I'm here drinking water, hanging with y'all, man. So, but no, I love you all, man. So, like I always say, players and coaches come and go, but we must always protect the shield. I love you guys. You guys be safe, and we will see you next. Actually, you'll see me on Sunday with my boys TRS, the Raiders Syndicate. Make sure you check us out.
There's only one nation. That's Raider Nation. Let's go.
Only one nation. Let's go, guys. Take care.
We be them Raiders.